Hello everyone, here I am going to discuss about the topic Object Oriented Programming Concept and Features. So, what is OOP? OOP stands for Object Oriented Programming Language. The main purpose of OOP is to deal with real world entity using programming language. The OOP features are class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation and abstraction. So, class is a collection of objects and it does not take any space on memory. The class is also called as blueprint or logical entity. There are two types of class are present, that is predefined class and user defined class. The predefined class is the class defined in the Java library, that is the scanner, console, system, string. These are the class already defined in the Java library. And the user defined class means that it is created by the Java programmer, that is doc, a, test, demo. These are the class created by the Java programmer. And object is an instance of class that execute the class. Once an object is created, it takes up some space like other variables in the memory. And this is the syntax for the object, which contain a class name and object name. Object name means that the object references are given here and there is a key, new is the keyword, and use the dynamic memory access here. And at last there is a class name with parenthesis, then this is the constructor. And inheritance means that when we construct a new class from existing class in such a way that the new class accesses all the features and properties of the existing class, it's called inheritance. That is, here class A is the superclass and class B is the subclass. The class B use all the features and properties of the class A, and that is it provides the code reusability. In Java, the extend keyword is used to perform the inheritance. We can't access the private members of the class through this inheritance. The subclass contains all the features of the superclass, so that we should create an object of the subclass. Here, the method overloading is only possible through the inheritance. And there are four types of inheritance are present: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance and hierarchical inheritance. The first of all, single inheritance. In single inheritance, it contains only one superclass and only one subclass. The subclass can access the properties of superclass. That is, this is the superclass and this is the subclass. The subclass use extend keyword and it accesses the properties of superclass. And multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, it has only one superclass and many subclass. So that this is the superclass and this is the subclass 1 and this is the subclass 2. So the subclass 1 use the extend keyword and it accesses the properties of class super. And this is the subclass 2 and use extend keyword and it accesses the properties of subclass 1. And multiple inheritance. In Java, it does not support the multiple inheritance because there are two or more superclass are present, and there is only one subclass is present, and which the superclass has same method, and so that the Java compiler does not decide which class method should be inherited at a time. That is, there might be a chance of memory duplication. That is the reason the Java does not support the multiple inheritance through this class. That is, here class A is the superclass and class B also a superclass and class C is the subclass. The class C extends class A and B at a time. So, the C will become in confusion. That is, which class method should be inherited at first. And then hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance means that which contain only one superclass and multiple subclass. That is, the all subclasses directly extend the superclass. That is called the hierarchical inheritance. That is, class A is the superclass and class B is the subclass and class C is also a subclass. So, here the class B use extend keyword and it inherit the class A directly. Also, the class C use the extend keyword and it inherit the class A directly. Then polymorphism. Polymorphism is a Greek word which means that poly means many and morphism means form. and it's nothing but that many form. The polymorphism is a Greek word whose meaning is same object having different behavior, and this is the example for that. That is the person. The person can behave like a customer, student, teacher, friend. That is one object having different behavior. There are two types of polymorphism are present: compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. The compile time polymorphism means that it exists at the time of compilation. Here the method overloading is done at the compile time polymorphism, and the runtime polymorphism means that it exists at the time of execution of the program, and here the method overriding is done at the runtime polymorphism. Encapsulation means it is the mechanism through which we can wrapping the data members and member method of a class in a single unit. It declares the class variable as private and it declares the class method as public. Abstraction. Abstraction is a process of hiding implementation details from the user. It's only highlighted the set of services provided to the user. That is, the figure shows that there is a software and a user. The user wants to add two numbers. So, the user click any button on the software, that is add, sub, multi, div. There are many buttons given the software. The user click any button, that is add, and the user can only see the external features of the software, but when the user click the add button, the internal implementation details are works at the internal side, and the user cannot see that, but the user gives the actual output to the operation. And this is the abstraction, and this is all about the object oriented programming concept and features. There are 6 features are described here, and thank you for watching my video.